Welcome to the Daily Update of the Republican Party of Arizona. I'm your first Vice Chair, Pam Kirby. The regular session of the Arizona Legislature is over. It was one of the longest sessions in state history, over 170 days. Most years, the session lasts about 100 days. The good news is that because of the leadership of Republicans, a budget was passed that funds education and infrastructure while cutting taxes, putting more money into the pockets of everyday Arizonans. Democrats in the State House went all out to keep you from your money, to not fund our schools, and to not fund the infrastructure that we all rely on. They even went as far as to not show up to work and do the most basic job they're there to do, to vote. Despite their desperate attempts, the budget was passed and signed into law. But don't think the Democrats will stop there. In Arizona, we have the ability to run a referendum on newly passed laws. Sure enough, the Democrats' radical allies have filed paperwork to start a referendum in an attempt to keep you from your hard-earned dollars. They have 90 days to gather around 120,000 valid signatures to place the referendum on the ballot. In the past year, Democrats and their corrupt establishment friends were exposed. Despite other countries following the science and keeping schools open over the last year or so, they insisted that schools in the United States stay closed. This despite the fact that in many states, educators were moved to the front of the line for vaccinations. Meanwhile, grocery store clerks, police officers, firemen, and small business owners went to work every day to serve the American people. But something good did come out of the schools being closed. Parents, for the first time, saw what was being taught to their children. Shocked at the divisive anti-American philosophy being forced upon our children, we are now seeing parents demanding changes at school board meetings here in Arizona and across the country. So while schools had to remain closed, somehow it's been okay for district staff to go out and gather referendum signatures at crowded venues. If you, your friends, or family are approached by these petition gatherers, don't be fooled. They will say, "Oh, it's for the children," and to make everyone pay their fair share. But we know that this is really about Democrats holding on to their political power at your expense. Thank you, and remember, here at the Republican Party of Arizona, it is always America first. See you next time.